The ego illusion, which can also be called the false identity, which can also be called the human mind, this bundle of thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and concepts, would like you to believe that it cannot be brought to a final end, that all sorrow and suffering cannot be brought to a final end, that you have to keep waking up in this world, this illusion every day, that has had 15,000 wars in the last 5,000 years. Today, on the day you're listening to this, 1 billion people will commit an act of verbal or physical violence on another 1 billion people, and that's not even in war. And the ego illusion would like you to believe it's not possible to end this illusion, to bring all this sorrow and suffering and violence and evil to a final end. However, it is possible to bring it to an end. To a final end. However, not as a theory or a concept or an idea or a belief, but as an eternal direct experience. What remains when the ego illusion has been brought to a final end, and all of its sorrow, in the world and universe that it created, what remains is the true self. The true self is infinite, eternal awareness, love, bliss, that has never known any sorrow or suffering in all of eternity. It is absolutely perfect love and infinite love. But not as a concept, idea, or theory, or belief. This is a eternal direct experience that is available to you. The true self is an absolutely perfect, eternal joy, happiness, bliss. And love. Your mind may not be willing to allow you to see even the possibility of this, to wake up from the human dream, to bring this sorrow and suffering and violence and illusion to a final end, to bring the false identity that is the source of all of this illusion and evil and violence and sorrow and suffering to a final end. It may not allow you to see that. You can turn in to your feelings because your heart knows this. It knows that there is something infinitely better and higher than imagining that you are some human living on some planet called Earth. There is something in you that can feel the call of infinite love. A calling to infinite love, a beckoning, an invitation, but not a mind invitation, a heartfelt invitation to realize the true self and know this absolutely perfect infinite love in eternal direct experience. You can feel it. You can feel that there is something higher. You can feel this calling to the highest possibility. You can be inspired to dedicate your life to bringing the illusion to a final end so that you can have only the experience of this infinite love remain for all of eternity. So that you can have only this experience of infinite happiness remain for all of eternity. So that you know that you are infinite consciousness and not a body, and therefore not subject to anything that can ever happen to a body. So that you know in direct experience your eternal life. So that you know in direct experience this infinite, perfect, blissful, loving awareness that has existed for all of eternity and that is your true self. Oh, yes, you can do it. But to do it, you have to stop believing in what the mind is telling you. Stop believing what thoughts are telling you, because those thoughts want to continue the illusion. And just feel. Tune into your heart and feel. Feel the importance of this love. This love that doesn't know any of these human limitations. To feel it. Feel your way to this. Joy and love, feel your way to it. Say no to the minds. Attempt to discourage you from dedicating your life to knowing knowing your true self. Just say, let it. When it comes to the human mind and all of its tricks and all of its trying to discourage you and saying that you cannot realize your true self, let a no well up within you towards that mind, towards that ego illusion that has produced all this evil and violence and sorrow and suffering. Let a tremendous no arise within you. A tremendous no that fills the entire universe. Say no to that ego illusion and say yes to dedicating your life to realizing your true self. Your true self that has never known any sorrow or suffering for all of eternity. Your true self that has never been aware of a human for all of eternity. Your true self that has never been aware of a world or a universe or a planet. Your true self that is infinite, eternal, awareness, love, bliss, absolutely perfect, infinite, eternal, awareness, love, bliss, that has only been aware of itself for all of eternity, because only itself is the reality. A love that is an infinite love that has only been aware of infinite love for all of eternity. An infinite, perfect, perfect state of joy, bliss, that has only been aware of that infinite, perfect joy, bliss for all of eternity. Feel it. Feel the call to this. Feel it. There is something higher. You can be free of this illusion and remain as your true self forever.